Okay, we are on being recorded and nobody's there to tell us otherwise, but I think everything's working by the looks of it. So good afternoon, everybody. We're here for the zoning citation hearings, April 21st, 2021. Oberst, take it away.
Barry Oberst, I'm the hearing officer today. To my right. It's John A. Deputy Zoning Inspector. And tonight we're honored with Steve Kleppen, who's the Director of Planning and Zoning. What we're going to do here is go in turn, and then the city will tell me why you're here, present its findings. Then the other side will have an opportunity to be heard. I will also hear any interested parties if they want to be heard, and then we'll see if we can reach a resolution. What's our first item?
First item up is 7 Orlando Place. There's the summary from last time. Someone else wanted to do. And that's the previous decision for. So we'll go to our share screen. Here. Okay. So last time we were here was February 24th, 2021. The violation is for storage of contracting equipment in a residential zone. Last time here, there was a continuation of a $67.50 contingent fine, and the fine remained in place. They were scheduled to go on the next hearing, which was March 31st, but we postponed that. So we are here today, and for April 21st, here's the hearing notice, and that's on the screen there. That's coming down now. Sorry, everybody. I heard that. I was like, wow. And this is the hearing notice. Here is the constable service receipt. And so that's the housekeeping. And we have Mr. Kazmarki here and his counsel, James Saraceni, Attorney Saraceni.
Okay.
And I have some photos, if I may. So, oh, sure. Okay.
Mr. Kazmarki, are you going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Attorney, what's your name?
Attorney Jim Saraceni.
Okay.
All right, just as a reminder, forgive the snow a little bit, but this is the issue that we had. This is a photo from February 23rd. We have a commercial vehicle here on the left side of the property, a trailer, possible and registered vehicle in the front. That's a close-up of said trailer and truck. And on the opposite side, we had 3 commercial vehicles, 2 XL, they call them
I don't see
excavators.
dates on these photos.
Oh, they're all from the same packet. Sorry, got me in at the end. There you go. They're all from February 23rd, 2021.
Okay.
And the last photo was the 3 pieces of equipment vehicles. And that's what we ruled on last time we were here.
Counsel, any objection?
No objection.
So we will scroll on here. Let's close up the last one there. And we have our photos from very recently, which was yesterday, April 20th. And what we have, first photo, is a commercial vehicle at the right side, same one showed in on the pictures in February. And there's a trailer still there. We have one of the excavators has been moved to this to the side, well, rear side.
Is that
Sorry.
is that a valid place for it?
Oh, well, by the rules and regulations, no equipment can be on the site. But they're, if I may, I'll get to that.
Okay.
If I may, that's just want to get through, I'll get through the pictures and we'll go from there. There's still the registered vehicle in front. And so there's one piece of equipment in this photo on the right-hand side of the property.
Okay.
And so the part of the reason they were there, the items were there is because the property owner is looking to do some site work to enhance the property. Go ahead.
Objection.
No objection.
To enhance the property and to get ready to do some work on the inside and outside. So I have here an email which was forwarded to me from Attorney Saraceni on April 20th as well. And printed out are the following pictures of the backyard, the rear of the property,
Where's the date? This is,
the 20th.
yesterday.
And so this is the work that's being done at the rear with the equipment sewn. So all these are in the rear of the property. I haven't been able to get to the rear of the property.
Why not?
To be very official and judicial, hadn't had express permission from the property owner.
Did you sought permission?
I did send an email one, but we just didn't hook up on it. So
Yeah, so, Mr. Hayduffy sent me an email, and I reached out for my client and didn't get back, he didn't get back to me in time.
Okay.
So,
if I went out there on the 20th, my photos were taken approximately 10:30 in the morning. So I would think if these are true and they were taken it on April 20th, I would have seen
Okay.
this here. So it's just a good presentation for it. A lot of the same, a lot of earth moving, a lot of leveling of the property. And this shed's existing in the back, existing legal non-conforming, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's where we stand, is the,
Excuse me a second.
that's it.
Any objection?
no objection.
So that's just, that's where we stand. The equipment is still there. And I think the property owner and his council have additional information.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to see. Pretty sure this history is, this goes back to 2020. This is a neighbor's complaint.
Yes, I have a copy of that. I could throw it on the screen for the record as well, but it was a
That's okay.
complaint. It's on one of my presentations. I just don't bring them all at the same every hearing.
The owner was getting approval for site work on her house renovation. This was in December.
Would you love to sign off for the site work?
Right. Okay, I'm up to speed. Whose turn is it?
Okay, so my recollection is that when we were here on the 24th, Mr. Kesmarki was going to be allowed to start working once the weather broke. You didn't want to go too far out, so that's why you originally scheduled the 31st to come back and show some progress. Due to continued wet weather and so a little bit of a breakdown on one of the vehicles, there was a little delay, but as you can see from the photos, Mr. Kesmarki has done a significant amount of dirt moving. He still has to finish one of the issues. He has people coming in to start putting the posts in for some fencing. But there's a back order on the fencing from Home Depot that they just can't get any due to COVID. And so I think Mr. Kazmarki has shown good faith effort in putting the equipment to use as per his request to keep it on the property. And I would ask for a little more time to perhaps come back and revisit it next month at some point to see
Can I
where we're at.
understand, what is it we're trying to accomplish here? What is he doing for?
So what he's doing, and Lazo, please correct me if I'm wrong, the property slopes off in the background, in the back to the neighbor. So he's bringing in dirt with the dump truck, and he's using the payload
Graded off the
grade
whole
it-
property.
to grade off the whole property.
Okay.
Additionally, part of it was the area near the shed had a lot of brush and debris, and he's clearing all that out to make it nicer, more appealing. And I think, is that where the fence is going? On that side or on the other
No,
side?
it's on the other side where the
Okay.
neighbors.
Okay, so he's gonna put a fence up for privacy on both sides. So overall, he's improving the property by leveling it out, and clearing up
Do we
the,
have a plan of some kind of what it's gonna end up looking like?
you know, I think initially we just did a rough plan of what we're trying to accomplish. Particularly, I think the biggest thing, and Lazo, please correct me if I'm wrong on this, but is with the slope of the property, by bringing it up to level, of course, he improves the property significantly.
Well, it's not really an issue of improving the property. It's improving of being in violation. Slope is not a violation. I understand what you're trying to accomplish. But the violation is with all this equipment. So my question now is to you, what is your position?
But this is, the equipment is still, it's still there, as you can see it in the photos. And, you know, there is, obviously, there's been work done, and there's, we go back to pictures and photographs from other inspections, there was material and soil on the property that has been greatly reduced. So they are doing site work, as they say. But obviously, we don't want this to, if they're honestly doing work, which they are, we don't want this to drag out.
That's what we said last time. We want to see progress, and you're saying we see progress.
They are actually doing work there, which is more than we
And
had
all this
before.
equipment that doesn't belong is only there for this purpose? Or is
Yeah,
it-
yep, to finish up the property work.
How much longer do you need?
Well, you know, I'm looking towards end of May, no longer than end of June. So a month to 2 months, that's what
And at that point, everything is gone.
the equipment will be gone off the property.
Okay, so let's just continue at 1 month and see the progress. That's the contingent fine. Which you,
I actually printed out a duplicate of my next one for the decision form. I will print out one real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That was clear.
seconds
So we're installing the record, sorry.
with John not in the room, and
everybody.
So what is your position on fines here? Continue 1 month. Let's just get that written down. Violation continues. Continue 1 month. So what's the date?
Oh, 1 month would be the 21st, the closest date would be for a hearing that we have scheduled. The closest we have is the 19th. We do not have it, I'm not here on the week of the 26th, so the closest we got is the 19th.
It's 4 weeks.
It's about 4 weeks, yeah.
Okay. So May 14th is your.
19th.
Okay, let me get my calendar.
There we go.
Let's all have it on calendar.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
19th. Yeah, so that's gonna be, that's a firm date.
Yeah, we already have stuff on for that.
So I should have it on the calendar. 26, you're saying we're not,
We're not, I will not be here, so.
so we'll delete that. All right, so what's your position on fines? I've got a $6,750 contingency fine sitting here.
I think that should definitely be continued, just to make sure that things stay. What we have done in the past, we've assessed something small to make sure that this does get done. And also keep in mind that, any fine that is placed, assessed or otherwise, when we go to resolve the file, finally close and remove from the process, that is also another, shall we say, opportunity to adjust or put a fine down.
So how much are you seeking?
How long has it been in violation?
The citation was October 13th, does that say? 13th.
2020, so it's actually not all that long. So
So compared to some of ours, yeah, some of ours are
there's
much,
bigger people ones.
some of ours are, yes, that's a fair comparison.
Well, I mean, it's got a lot of work to do. All right, so give me a number that you're thinking.
We'll do, how about 500?
Okay, let me hear what you have to say about that.
Well, I would certainly ask for something much less than the 500.
You're looking at 6750. I mean, that's a
Right.
big number.
Yeah, no, of course. And so from my perspective, I think Mr. Bismarcky has done what was asked of him and what he has to do when we were here last time. He clearly has done a lot of work. And, I would, let's put it this way, I think 6750 hanging over his head is a significant number. If we wanted to add another $150 just to kind of let him know, look, you got something.
I'm gonna make it $7,000, so that's the number. You'll be able to remember that. Giving you oral notice. Next hearing, you've got that. So, violation continued 1 month to May 19, $6,750 contingency fine continued, but raised to 7,000 oral notice. Any questions?
And I just wanted to clarify, because Mr. Bismarcky had asked for the end of May or I'm sorry, into May or into June. So he's gonna work and do his best diligence, get as far as he can. Hopefully, if he's finished, he'll get the stuff out of there. But I just want to make sure we're looking at more of a check back there.
I heard that, yes, and I don't have a problem. I just didn't want to wait 2 months and see if.
I understand,
or not. So just show me more progress.
understood.
With that, we will close for this hearing 7 Orlando Place. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. We want to pause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are moving on to your scorecards or your agendas. Item number 3, 18 Cold Spring Street. Mr. Hearing Officer,
Yes.
take it away.
Good afternoon. I'm Attorney Gary Oberst. I'm your hearing officer for today.
Okay.
To my right is John Hayducky, he's the deputy zoning inspector. Steve Kleppen is sitting on the sidelines, he's the director of planning and zoning. And I'm going to ask you to, I'm going to swear you people in. State your name for the record.
Elaine Curran?
Robert Kern. Raise your right hand, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Hayducky is going to tell me why you're here and what he's found out, and then you will have a chance to talk to me, and then anyone who's interested will have a chance to talk, and we'll see what we can accomplish here.
Okay, so we'll start with everybody's favorite, Mr. Share Screen. Let me get the previous item out of here. So here we go. Okay, so we'll get through some housekeeping first. 18 Cold Spring Street. So we have the original complaint here. And this is a new one, has not been here before, so we have to go through the notice process, the process of notification, which is no problem with. So this is the owner of record, Robert Curran, who's one of the individuals here. This is the notice of violation, which we originally sent on December 22nd, 2020. Next page, we have the certified mail return receipt. And it's actually signed. I don't get too many of those. Usually the postmen are the ones signing these things nowadays. And then the next slide here, we have the response from Elaine, 18 Cold Spring, and this was on December 26th, which shows it's within the 15 days requirement.
Oh, I didn't spell check that. Oh,
Or I don't.
I
either.
do know how to spell.
I don't either, don't worry. And
Yeah,
so,
let me-
yep, go ahead. So I'll give you the Reader's Digest condensed version of the next email, because as I'm sure you're aware and Steve's aware, I can be wordy at times. This is basically us discussing what needs to be done, referring with the notice. And how we can best go about resolving it. And so I said deadline at that point of January 11th, 2021. And so I just went back out there, did some drive-by inspections, and there was there's a need for a little more time. So we did to the February 11th, which was just a pushed up month. 19th, sorry, no, it wasn't. 11th. And at that point, we're just hoping to get, make some progress, get things moving in the right direction. And then it was clear there was going to be some more time, which was needed. So I said, let's send the citation order out because we want to get a good explanation of how much time is going to be needed, and if we needed some extra days in there, the hearing officer could grant it. So here's the citation, March 15th, 2021. And the letter was returned undelivered by USPS. But this was also sent via constable service, but that was also for the 31st hearing, which was also postponed, just like the last one. So we sent a new one for today's hearing on April 15th. And that was for today's hearing on the 24th. And here it is, Constable Bondi's receipt for delivery. Coming down. There we go. And last but not least, here is Elaine again, and saying that she's will be here for the hearing on Wednesday, which is today. So we will move to, okay, yeah, done.
The short ones are more to me.
Okay, so I got that, that's fine. Okay, so this original complaint came in originally in 2019, but it was with the blight office at the time.
Okay.
So we, the blight officer, Steve Ruski, who's a good friend of mine, said he was handling it and that he would be in touch with me if we needed anything. So I said, okay, you can handle it. He's got his thing to do, and maybe that would also rectify our issue, because our issue is, compared to blight, was pretty small. So, what the initial inspection that I did, here's my notes from the initial inspection. And this was again back in, May of 2019. And those are just my notes that, from what I found, and here's the photos. We'll take through those. And this is just the front yard. This really was temporary tents. We generally don't regulate those in zoning. Those are more building code in the blight office. So I just made note of it for my file. We also have, I think it's the third picture in there, is third or fourth picture. This is the van in question for an unregistered vehicle or abandoned vehicle. And then the next photo is the camper RV. There, and the last photo is just a close up of that. And that was the pictures only on the street, but that's that's not part of my presentation, so I will I'll forego that. There you go.
Let me just, do you
Sure.
have any objections to any of these photos? No?
No, like you said, I'm working with
Are they,
the blight on the other one.
but they're
and-
accurate photos?
Yes,
Okay.
well, at the time it was taken,
Yeah,
we're
of course.
working on it now.
Right. So this was, we'll flash ahead here to November, it's a photo on November 17th, 2020. Some photos there. Same conditions, wash, rinse and repeat. We have the RV camper there. And kind of saw it through there. I just want to make sure that, note that it was still there.
How
Kind
do
of
you
like,
know
oh,
it's inoperable?
that without knowing, we say that it's a, well, you're right, I do not know it's inoperable.
It's unregistered.
Unregistered. And we do have the policy here in zoning as well that unregistered and inoperable are the same violation.
Okay.
I guess also your determination as well. And scroll down again. Whoop. And that's just a close-up of the top of that van we saw in the first set of pictures
Right.
and the trailer.
How's that the trailer? What am I looking at?
Camper right there. That's the camper right here. The top
Oh,
extends out.
oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that's a close-up of it. It's the last one. And last but not least.
All right, you have any
Oh, sorry.
objections
Yeah,
to
that's
these
right.
pictures?
Sorry.
Any objections to the pictures you've just seen?
No, that is,
That's what's going on.
And we have one last one I did pretty recently, April 14th. There's the camper there. Wasn't able to get a good clean shot of the vehicle. But the camper's still the same place. And the last thing I want to present.
I'm sorry.
Yep,
Any objection to that photo?
I'll-
No, that's-
You have to speak.
that's
No.
correct.
And last but not least, I just got some Google Street photos. This is from August, the first photo is from August 11th. Google Street has the camper back here. And this is more posterity, that's more than anything else, it's just showing that it's on Google Street, the camper's there again. And then the last photo, the second photo, I apologize, from 2014. And the last photo is from 2015.
Again, Karen's any objection?
No, they're correct.
Okay.
So, so that's what the violations are. They are storage of a recreational vehicle not in compliance with the setbacks and not totally effectively screened from the neighboring properties of the street and unregistered vehicle.
Okay, so how do they cure that?
The easiest thing to do would be to remove the items. That's the easiest thing. They can also relocate them to compliant spots and make sure that they are screened from the neighbors in the street.
Okay, so this has been going on since 2019.
That's when it came into the blight office and our office. And at the time, blight was looking to, they were taking the lead on it because that was the primary issue. And
So
then
when did it get to us?
to us, it was, we'll send the notice out on the December 20th, I believe, of 2020. Because the blight on, I asked Steve I have a list of things that we share back and forth. I just asked the status of it, and he said, oh, they're not up for a while on his process. Says, all right, let me pick it up and get what I can
Okay,
get,
so,
so it's not sitting around in our office any longer.
okay, so I'll hear from you now.
There we go.
Let's see. I just had it here. The trailer will be gone as soon as I sold it. Just put it straight up for it. I sold it. We're just waiting on the new owner to get, I don't know, a hitch or whatever in order to get it out. The van will be going
Just
Friday.
stay with the trailer. When will it be gone?
I need to contact him this weekend. He's only around on weekends to find out for sure.
When do you expect him to do it?
Hopefully within a week.
Okay,
That's my hope.
okay, but it's sold. All right.
It is sold. I mean, I have the list and I can pull it up to show you if you need to.
No, I'll take your word for it.
And the van
Yeah.
is gone Friday, some point between 7 AM and whatever time the junkyard closes.
How to get in there.
They're coming to take it.
Okay.
So that will be gone Friday, and the trailer, I'm hoping will be gone within a week.
Okay,
I just need to find out when he's able to get the type of truck with the tow hitch and what you need to get it out.
does that cure all the issues?
Yeah, if the items are removed, then that is a cure.
Okay, let's go for it. Give me a-
I have just one question.
Sure.
If he can't get it out like within a week or two, should I contact you and say I need a little bit of more of an extension for him? Because he's waiting on a tow
I'm
hitch.
gonna give you a month.
Okay,
Like,
thank you. I appreciate that.
That will be
Thank
plenty of time to get it out of there. Go from there.
This, I'll get this one more. I know it's a loaded statement coming from me,
Okay, so.
You sound like a fun guy to work with.
but zoning is the unique thing. You gotta have a little fun when you're doing it.
Right, violation is found. I'm in violation. No fine at this time.
Appreciate that.
Continued. To, what's the last date we found? Was
The 19th.
May 19th, okay?
Okay.
May 19th. For total cure. You notice that we're having a hearing. May 19th.
Okay.
However, I will tell you that if you've corrected the problems, you can contact Mr. Hayduck, who will come out and inspect, and you won't even have to come back.
Okay.
Shoot me an email and I'll come around out.
I try to like be seen back and forth.
Yeah,
Try to let you know as it
yeah,
was-
that's fine. I understand it. It's not, some of the stuff's not as straightforward at times as it seems, so that's fine. We can just shoot me a quick email and I will go out there ASAP.
I appreciate that, Joe. Now, if you're praying, people pray that this guy gets a tow hitch soon.
Well, so we'll see where it is. Like I said, in worst case scenario, we'll be back in a month. We can figure it out if that's the worst case scenario.
As long as something, it's not your fault, I'm more.
Yeah, like it's, I mean, the bill of sale that
Yeah,
I left at
Yeah.
home because I had to pick him up from work in
You're
order to
right,
get
right.
here.
You don't need that.
Okay, so we're gonna pause recording here and that closes out for today, 18 Cold Spring Street. All right, everybody, we're back. We're on to item number 4 on our agenda today, which is 5 Hillside Street. Is the hearing officer, take it away.
Good afternoon, I'm Attorney Gary Oberst, I'm your hearing officer today. To my right is John Hayducky, he's the deputy zoning inspector, and Mr. Stephen Kleppen, the Director of Planning and Zoning, is also on board today. You state your name for the record.
Gladys de Mera.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You don't have to answer aloud.
Oh, yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay,
What we got here?
so let's do back to the share screen. Let's get this up. Oh, I hate this thing. That one. All right, 5 Hillside, here we go. This is a return. This one, the last time we were here was on March 17th. And the decision form is what's on the screen in front of you now. The last decision was a contingent fine, not an assessed fine, a contingent fine of $500 and continued to April 21st today as the owner was not in state. And so a little housekeeping, here's the notice for today's hearing. There's April 21st, 2021. We have a certified mail green card. Now, it's everybody's favorite, signed by the postman for COVID-19, but never fear. We have constable service. And the only thing I'm going to present is this photo as a reminder of what the issue is. So basically, it's just a driveway without approval. And so where we left this was
This is the, this,
this area coming up here. The problem lies in the way our regulations read today. This is a parking surface in the front setback. So there's two options. It would be either to re-landscape this area, or
there's no garage back here.
there's not, no. Or have to extend this to create a parking space behind the front setback.
Right.
Very familiar with that.
Where's the front setback on this property? Where
It is
owners?
approximately, we don't have an exact survey, per our measuring model, GIS and all that. It is approximately the front facade of the house, a few feet in front. So the parking space, pretty much, if the whole parking space was behind the, behind the front of the
what's
house,
keeping it from being, what is this? What is this?
that wall is actually pretty far back.
So is there enough room?
Yeah,
to park?
there's definitely enough room there.
So why is it not in compliance? If there's room to park?
Well, because this is a parking surface in the front setback.
Yeah,
Back here is grass.
but if they made this.
If they actually made this a parking surface back here, whether it be asphalt, gravel, whatever,
That's
they-
the two choices.
that or they remove.
Is there another driveway on the property?
There is, I can, I don't, it's on the other side here. I didn't.
I'm just
They're allowed to
saying,
have 2 curb cuts?
Public Works says that they can have 2 curb cuts, I believe, as long as they are 40 feet off center from each one. So the other, it's on clear on the other side of the house, the other driveway, so then it would just be a matter of. I do have an older photo, yes, not, I can pull that out here.
It's this one.
Oh, there you go, yeah, you got the, I'm batting 1,000 today.
Relax. All right, so when did this get in front of us?
This originally got in front of us as a citation on January 28th, 2021.
Okay, we've been here before.
We were here, we were originally gonna be here on the 17th, but was postponed to
Okay, that's it.
today.
Okay, Ms. Demara, tell me what's going on.
I tried to make it down, if they give me permission to make it.
Sorry, I'm not understanding what you're doing.
What I said, because I tried to make it the driveway, but if they give me permission, yes, I want to spoke to him.
Yeah, I think she said she wants to make the driveway legal, as in extend it and get the permits and application.
Okay, so what are you gonna do to accomplish this?
Because if I don't do this, the neighbors, the parking all the front, always, I don't have a parking, I have my daughter live with me, but when my
Right, so I know
granddaughter,
you wanna do it. What are you going to do? What's your next step?
oh, I make it, with application, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. thank
There you go, that's okay, that's okay.
The application.
When are you gonna do that?
Yeah, if they give me today, I can start it, yeah, next week and spoke with my,
What's involved with the
With
what does she need to
application,
do?
we need to get a little sketch or a drawing of the proposed driveway with measurements. And once you get a drawing of that, then if it meets our standards, we approve it. And then we send it up to Public Works to, as Steve said, to verify the curb cut.
How's she gonna get the drawing? Can she come in and show you? Can you work with her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think she said may have her brother or
my
brother-in-law.
brother-in-law working, Russell, maybe they can help me with.
Okay, so
Measure and
come in next week and get a drawing done, move this thing along?
I'm starting May because next week I have appointment with I have a surgery in my leg. Maybe another week,
So in the
and
two-
start May,
next
yeah,
Couple weeks,
yes.
all right, so
I'm just gonna look real quick. We do have hearings scheduled for the 12th, the 12th and 19th. I know we don't try and batch them up
Okay.
like that, but
is the 12th good for you to have done your application, and have progress on this project?
I try to do,
No, I'm gonna
Yes,
fine you if
yes.
you didn't.
yes, that's what I said, I'm starting, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna continue this to write this down. Let me see what I did last time. Hold on a second. This time you weren't here.
Right.
Okay. Was that the first time up? No,
no,
but a $500 contingency fine. Okay, continue to the family matter. All right, beginning of April 21st. Let me ask you this, what have you done since the last time? What has changed since the last time you were here, in March? It's been a month.
Because my father passed away and I had to travel to
Okay, but when did your father pass away?
12,
When?
March 12.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you, what do we say till,
yeah, the 12th is the first available date coming up, and then we also have the 19th, and shockingly, I don't think we have anything booked after that, so.
well, I'm gonna give you to the 19th. That'll give you enough time to
Thank
get the application. Hopefully I'll have it, and it shouldn't be a big project to finish this off.
Right.
And the neighbors can stop complaining, and you will have place to park your car. All right.
Where is that? Actually, let me see real quick. Let me do a stop share here. Hang on. We do have some participants now, all of a sudden.
So.
Yeah, I just want to see, so, if anybody that is there, raise your hand if you want to speak on this matter. Does not appear so. What's a call in? That's,
Yeah, that's *9.
oh, they have to?
If they call it, if they call in, they have to hit *9 if they want to talk.
Oh, okay. All right, so, and they could also just listen as well, right? It's like-
Yeah,
okay.
they're listening in if they're calling in.
Okay,
But if they wanted to speak, you have to do *9.
okay.
Tell them that.
Are you, if anybody's here for that, press *9 if you want to speak on this matter, or forever hold your peace,
Until next year.
or until the next hearing anyway. Yep, not on this matter, so that's good.
All right, nobody's calling. Violation continues. I'm gonna leave the $500 contingency fine. I'm not gonna raise it. See about that later. New date. Come again,
19.
May 19. Application. We notice right here and now, we'll be here May 19th. Can always contact
Yes,
Mr. Hidaki. Do you have any questions?
no, thank you.
Okay,
It's
you're
very
welcome.
clear for you guys, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
All right, and we are going to stop the video. We're going to mute. All right, we are back on recording. And I still see we have two participants here. I just checked with our front security. Nobody is here for any other items at the moment. So what I am going to do is I am going to offer whoever here is a participant. Oh, now we're down to one. The chance to speak on their item they are here for, and that's the one that we will do next. So this is *9, Steve?
Yeah.
So whoever's calling in, *9,
You can just do click that. Yep, there you go.
there we go.
They just have to unmute themselves.
Yeah, just unmute yourself there. Can I do it or ask to unmute?
They won't change it. They have to.
They have to actually do it.
Yeah, and then hit *6.
*6.
Yeah, after you hit *9, then hit *6, I think is what to unmute.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
This is Jim. How are you? This is Jim Livingston. I'm actually calling just to listen into one of the items on the agenda, and it was 7 Oak Hill Avenue.
Perfect. James,
I'm
nice
the-
to meet you. I'm John. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, John. How are you? Yeah, I just.
A lot.
Yeah, I know, and I appreciate the feedback. And I just wanted to listen in. I'm actually in my office, so I can't really comment too much. But
Oh, that's fine. We'll do-
but I wanted to just listen in. You know what I mean? Just to kind of see what was going on. That was all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you want to continue to do that, that's fine. You can go back to listening mode. We'll jump to 7 Oak Hill right now, so you're not hanging around any longer than you have to be.
Yeah, that's fine, and I don't mind waiting as well. You know, so I don't want to make it difficult for anybody here on the phone or on the.
Right now, you're the only one in the waiting room. So
Where are we with notice on these people?
notice on what?
7 Oak Hill.
7 Oak Hill, they've been properly noticed. They have a constable's been out there.
So you have any indication they're coming or not?
I have no indication that they're coming.
Okay, but they were noticed for 4 o'clock.
Yes, they were noticed for at least the
3
hearing, 3 o'clock, yes.
Okay, it's 4:15.
Yep.
All right, fine, we'll go with it.
We'll go with it, okay. So, yeah, James, if you want to just hang out, you can
I'll just hang out. Yeah, I'll just hang out. I don't.
to mute, not mute yourself, so do that as you may. And
Okay.
just have a mute, okay,
Yeah, unless the item is up.
we're doing it now, yeah.
How do I mute?
You know what, I can do that myself here, so I will mute you.
Okay.
And I'll circle back with you after our presentation, and if you wanted to add anything, you can feel free at that point.
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Thank you
James.
very much.
Okay. So, Steve, how do we go back to video? So just do this. There we go. Fair enough. Putting on fly. Let's see. So we have 7 Oak. There we go. All right, so let's go to everybody's favorite, the share screen. And there we go. So 5 Hillside. Okay, so here we go, 7 Oak Hill Avenue. And here is the summary form. Report. Okay, we ready there, Gary? We'll go through it. Yep.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so this is another one that was here previously. February 10th was the last decision form here. And at that hearing, we had a $5,000 fine assessed. And I'll put a side note on there, that has been given to the law department for filing. Another $5,000 contingency fine in place for progress. And there was also the notion that it could be doubled for each month that the violation existed. So again, for housekeeping here, this was originally scheduled to be sent on, again, March 31st, but we postponed that. So we have the hearing notice for today, April 21st. And we have the constable service here. And the interesting part here is that our constable, Mr. Bondi, spoke to the owner through the screen door. He refused in-hand service. I did contact Constable Bondi. He did leave it at the abode. So, and that's why he put here Kathleen and Steven, so that he did leave it there. But he definitely had a conversation as well, and it was 100% refused by the property owner.
Okay, so this is an estate.
It's correct. It's the property belonged, I believe it was to the father of the executors. The father, I believe, is deceased. Yeah.
Okay, so the execs, are these are the people who are living there now? Kathy and Steve.
Stephen Barton, right?
Okay, so they're living there.
I believe they also have other properties as well, but this
They're
is
the executives, okay.
right. And that's where Constable Bondi located.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so basically what we have here, this was storage of contractor commercial equipment and vehicles. So since our last hearing here, I got some sets of photos here. This is from March 4th. This photo on the driveway side, there's actually not much. In this particular photo, on March 4th, the excavator that's part of the problem is what's shown. That's in the rear portion of the property. That's the second picture. Just so the hearing officer makes aware, I have not been given access to the property, so these are the best photos that I can snag from walking along the street and the sidewalk. And there's a close-up of the excavator.
Okay.
So then we move to March 16th. And my opinion, it gets worse. We have a box truck there now, a commercial box truck. And unable to verify, but it does look like there are some cars under repair or some minor state of repair. Again, couldn't get up close and personal and see if they're operable or not. It could very well be. And this is a second picture close-up of the truck in the driveway. And next photos are, I got a very close up, and you can see some of the equipment and debris. And also put on the record, this is also with the blight office too. So they're on this as well. And in the back, where in the previous set of photos, there was the yellow excavator. There's some sort of equipment, I would say it's a wood chipper or a splitter of some sort. That's my guess. And last set of pictures are from yesterday. And there's the box truck coming up, that was coming up the street. And got in front of the driveway there. And so there's the box truck. There's also now a trailer in front of the box truck as well. And the next photo, and our friend the excavator is back in the rear portion of the property. I did not see the orange piece of equipment, so I don't know if that's been removed or not. And this is just the overall aerial photo. This is from our GIS system here, our aerial photo in-house. And you can see even on here, here's the yellow excavator. So those photos that you were looking at, sorry.
Which way were you taking the pictures?
From the excavator, over here, over on the top side
Okay,
here of the excavator, then obviously the driveway I was taking them from
okay.
over here. And But yeah, that's, this photo was taken in 2019. That's the
Oh.
date of these photos.
And it's still here.
I mean, that was before we got this
When did you
rolling
get your
here.
first complaint? 2020.
Right. This was just, these are the best aerial photos that we got in-house.
Where's the complaint? Where's it?
But it's here. Yeah, it's just not, it was part of the original presentation, but we do have it. Okay. I will state for the record, anything that is in the file, I do have presentation materials and they are available in the file here for anybody who's viewing their request. So, and lack of better terms, I think it's gotten worse at the property.
Yeah.
And so we're looking for, and also the fact that he was being served and refused service, that leads me to believe, something's up. And, it just seems like there's been no progress made. And any additional fines which are assessed today, I will forward to our corporation counsel. Oh, geez. Did I leave that in the? I'll be back. Should have known this was gonna be a problem all day today, because all the pictures I went to print out earlier today didn't print out right. I had to change all the settings on my printer. On the print settings, should say. First page. And I think
What
one,
happens in March 31st?
we postponed because of passing.
Okay. All right, violation continues.
But let me, if I may, let me offer, James, would you like to make any comment or add anything to the proceeding?
It's *6.
Yeah, *6 there, James. If you want to chime in. Yeah, he said it was at office, maybe it's just working. All right. I'll keep an eye on it if he comes on in.
Violation continues. No progress. Fact. Negative progress. So we have a contingency fine. Another $5,000, so $5,000 fine, which was contingent, is now assessed. New contingency fine. $10,000. That's the date we're giving it.
If we do continuing out the month, that would be the 19th, May 19th.
4/19, we need notice. gonna be some number is gonna get their attention. So they've already, then they have 10,000 in non-contingent fines and another 10,000.
Based on the next one, right?
Okay, see if that does it.
All right, James, I don't know if you heard that, the decision was that it's gonna be, we have assessed an additional $5,000 for a total of a $10,000 assessment. And also a contingent fine of $10,000 for, if there's no progress by our next hearing, which is on, May 19th. Just make sure, I'll say, James, if you want one last chance to chime in, star six. Or pound six, I should say, sorry. All right, we are, yeah, we're all set with this then. All right, so we're all set with number 7. Oak Hill Avenue. So I'll pause that recording. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna do a little skip here. Seeing as we still have some other items, we don't know if there are people attending. So therefore, we're gonna skip down to number 7 on the agenda, 28 Aiken Street. This here, got everybody's favorite share screen. And so 28 Aiken Street. Oh, shit. We got,
Go ahead.
it's, this one was here March 17th was the last time it was in front of us, and it was continued to today. $500 contingency fine which was placed, remained. And under the, it needed to have some sort of progress be made by today. Or completed. The violation at hand was a 3-family and a 2-family zone. Is a legal 2-family. However, the violation wasn't so much that there was an extra kitchen or an extra unit. The attic was by building and zoning codes, separate living space. There was locked doors, locked foyer separating the two. So really all that the property owner had to do was remove the doors and the frame.
Right.
And that would be it. He did hit a small snag. Apparently, the building department uncovered a unpermitted bathroom in the basement. So the building department needed to take care of that. So that caused a slight delay in him getting his permits done. So just for information, that's the permit we issued back in February, I believe it was, or March, probably March. No, February 9th. And the good news is we have a certificate of zoning compliance, meaning we went out and verified that the work was done. It's completed and he has a legal 2-family residence. And he's even better off now because we now have a certificate that says his bathroom is legal. So
It's great.
even better. So we're here today. I did talk to the property owner while I was out there. I did make him known that we do have to bring the item in front of the hearing officer again for the $500 contingency fine. He is not in the country right now, but he wanted to let me know. He just said, anything you can do to help would be fantastic to make that either less or to be waived.
During the course of this, do we have to do marshal service?
Only on the citation. And that's what we do for all.
Well, they accept the green card, you don't have to.
Did he accept the green card? When did we send the citation? It was December 29th. So it's here. The citation, we do not have the green card or the, we don't have the constable service either, which is odd. However, he did send an email within 10 days of that citation being sent. And he does say in the email, that he did receive a certified copy. Now, why, I don't have the,
Okay, well, he got it.
he says he got it.
So we didn't have any expenses.
We didn't have any real expense except outside of the mailing. I don't see any constable. And then if he got this, we wouldn't need the constable after that anyway, in this particular situation.
Right.
The staff's look at this as, in theory, he did everything he was supposed to do. So I think we just put the $500 on it to make sure it was done.
All right, so you're suggesting we just drop it?
Wouldn't bother me.
Okay.
I do agree, if we had some
That's a
constable
cost.
service or something, yeah, but if it's just mailings, why not?
Violation. Good. Contingency. Fine. Wait. Well, I said close the file.
Removed from process and violation file closed.
Remove from process.
And we'll, not to our own horn here, I'm making progress here. This violation came first in front of us, my
Yeah.
predecessor in 2016.
Right.
I don't know why Vlad didn't,
And it's February, activated, and we're done in April.
done in April, yeah,
Even with COVID,
yeah, so why did,
it was a big deal.
I don't know why it was there, I don't know. And I'll be honest, the property owner was a little miffed that he got it too. I'm like, well, you did have a problem back then, nothing was done. Oh, okay. Well. Yeah, that was, sometimes I find these things that people will, I know I'm on the record, sometimes people will call in and be like, oh, I'm looking up this property. By the way, there's a violation from 2015. Like, so, when those come along, I clear them up. Send whatever letters I have to send. All right, so we have now. Stop share for now. We do have two more items here to go over. We have 61 Fairfield and 80 Fort Point Street. I'm gonna go take a really quick look out with the security guard to make sure that
I'd
there's,
like to go to Benjamin.
there we go. So we will pause right there, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. That's the mayor sending me an email or something. So,
Oh, it's telling us rain, oh,
that'd be great.
okay, so that, we made a decision.
Yep, so we're doing, continue to June 9th and no fine.
So I should have that on my calendar with live on June 9th as well. Well, that's a long time off. Okay, June. All right, so that's now on my calendar.
All right, so we'll continue, that is 84 Point Street, continue to June 9th and
But you can't complain about that.
no, and we'll see where the moratorium and the,
The thing
Chips
about it is,
fall.
I know nothing's gonna happen.
I know what I say there.
It's kind of annoying. This is gonna go on
Mhm.
a couple more months while the neighbors are getting awakened every morning.
That's it. So we are done, ladies and gentlemen, for today, next hearings will be next week, April 28th. Until then, good night.